Okay, I want to do lesson 10 of the Catechism. This is Catechism of Christian Doctrine, prepared and enjoined by order of the Third Plenary Council of Baltimore. So this is the Baltimore Catechism. Lesson 10. It's on the church. Which are the means instituted by our Lord to enable men at all times to share in the fruits of the redemption? Right? How can this redemption come to other people to save them? The means instituted by our Lord to enable men at all times to share in the fruits of his redemption are the church and the sacraments. What is the church? The church is the congregation of all those who profess the faith of Christ, partake of the same sacraments, and are governed by their lawful pastors under one visible head. So, you're the church, I'm the church. If it's not a building, the buildings can fall down. It doesn't matter. They're pretty, but they can be ripped apart. And the church would still stand. Okay, and that's why in the beginning, when there was persecutions, the people together were the church. And that's why Jesus said that, the devil will never prevail against the church, because yes, he can mess up the institution of the church, right? But as long as there's people that believe, that's where the church is. Who is the invisible head of the church? Jesus Christ is the invisible head of the church. It's like when you go to the Latin Mass, the priest faces the altar. Why? Because Jesus is the priest. He's the head priest there. He's the one performing the Mass, right? He's the invisible one performing the Mass. That's what we believe. And Jesus Christ is the invisible head of the church. He is the head. Okay? The Pope is supposed to be his representative. Who is the visible head of the church? Our Holy Father, the Pope, the Bishop of Rome, is the vicar of Christ on earth and the visible head of the church. Of course, there have been popes that are less than perfect and have done some pretty, crazy things. So, but that's just a visible head. Jesus is the head of the church. But there have been good popes too, many good, like Leo the 13th and, Pius X. Just two examples. Has the church any marks by which it may be known? The church has 4 marks by which it may be known. It is one, meaning it's one church. It is holy, of course. It is Catholic, which the word Catholic means universal. Universal, that's what it means. And it is apostolic, which means it comes down from the apostles. Okay? In which church are these marks found? These marks are found in the Holy Roman Catholic Church alone. Now, my opinion, I'm not saying this, with any authority. I'm just telling you my opinion. What came after Vatican II appears to me to be some sort of an attempt to alter the religion. It's better to stick to the things that have been passed down to us since the beginning, and this is where the Orthodox, often bicker with us about, these issues. Not adding things to our religion that are not from the beginning, because the apostles, handed down our faith, and of course the first church fathers and the first believers. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And of course, let me say one thing. I mentioned also the sacraments that we all receive, right? Communion, confession, marriage, etc. Extreme unction, the last rites. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.